are still here inside the Mecca of Philippine Sports, the Araneta Coliseum, as we will discuss what happened in the first half of what has been a fast-paced, intense shootout between two teams who are hoping to make it to the Final Four, the UST Growling Tigers and of course the Adamson University Soaring Falcons. Maraming salamat muli sa inyong panonood ngayon sa SND. Anton Ross alongside former UAAP champion Marco Benitez as we break down what happened. I was very surprised that UST was not very trigger happy at the start of the game. We were talking about how they were just 0 for 2 when Adamson had already taken 9 3-pointers, but they just suddenly reverted back to their normal selves and started to let it fly, and Lee and Subido started to convert.
Well, that's exactly correct, Anton, and they are thriving in this type of a situation where there's not a lot of half-court execution. They can get out in transition, launch those triples in that second quarter. UST was 3 out of 14, but those 3 triples that they made, 1 from Marvin Lee and 2 from Renzo Subido, were very big and really brought the momentum on their side. They outscored Adamson 20-18, and the other thing is they're doing a great job preventing Jerica and Missy and the rest of the Adamson Falcons outside of Jerry Pingoy from really scoring in bunches. And it's only Sean Manganti and Jerry Pingoy who have been the bright spots for the Adamson Falcons. And Missy so far is way below his scoring average. You see also free throw numbers impressive on the part of UST. 17 of 17 free throw attempts already compared to just 6 out of 10 for the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Points in the paint though in favor of Adamson, and this is a very interesting stat. 15 offensive rebounds for Adamson, but both teams still scoreless in terms of second chance points, fast break points as well, slightly in favor of Adamson, 14-13, but UST already with 10 turnovers compared to 6 for Adamson, and that has been one of the low points for the Growling Tigers. But you know, knowing UST does not matter as long as their three-pointers keep being knocked in or keep going in, and that's going to be bode well for them.
We're taking a look at some of the leaders in terms of these statistical categories. Sean Manganti already doubling his output from the previous game. CJ Cancino, as you mentioned, doing it all, scoring points, grabbing rebounds, just an all-around performance for this super rookie from Valenzuela. Now, Adamson down at the half, so let's try to find out what Cor Katibayan has picked up, knowing that this is an important game for the Soaring Falcons, who are trying to bounce back after losing for the first time in the second round against Ateneo in their last outing.
Anton and Marco, the team is projecting more determination and teamwork because they know that they know what's at stake for today's game, and Coach Franz reminds the team not to relax, and in particular says that whoever is guarding Marvin Lee and Renzo Subido, they need to be Renzo Subido of the Growling Tigers must put more pressure on them. Sean Manganti, who you mentioned earlier, had a low 6 points during their last game against the Ateneo Blue Eagles, has now seemed to be at his game because he has already doubled his points with 12 points at the first half, and has been consistently doing his role as team captain by encouraging his teammates to stay on top of their game and being more aggressive. You also mentioned earlier about the relationship of Coach Franz with his team, that whenever he talks, they clearly listen intently due to the kind of respect that that the team has for their coach. And this reminds me of something that consistently comes up, which is Coach Franz always saying that, you know, just let me coach you guys and we will be okay. However, in the dugout during the halftime, he constantly reminded the team to stop giving UST the kind of confidence that they need, lest the Falcons will have a more difficult time during the next half. Anton and Marco?
Thank you very much, Cor, for that update. And it brings me back to that quote that Coach Franz said early in the season, wherein he was like, let me coach the end game. Just keep the game close and let me coach in the end.
And that's something that the great coaches will always say. Just let me do my job. Just follow the system, follow my instructions, and you will find yourselves in a good place. But for Adamson, I hope they were listening to Coach Franz Pumaren at the halftime, because UST so far 5-0 in games where they led at the half.
Oh, that's a very impressive stat right there. We've had 8 deadlocks so far in this game, so we can feel that it's going to be a close one, but let's see what happens in the second half. Let's go now to Makayla Chavez from the UST side. Makayla, what is the update from the Growling Tigers?
gripping on together in this crucial stretch is a must. With the urge to win, the Tigers have really been showing how hungry they are for today's comeback victory. And it was really evident that they were able to sustain a solid start in the first half of the game. In the dugout, Coach Alden Ayo praised them. He said, "We are doing good, especially on our defense, Tigers." He just wants them to work on moderating things up. These Tigers cannot afford another loss. Expect them to make this game more exciting as they offer a more competitive match. They will be more aggressive on their defense. They'll be giving more calculated shots come the next half of the game. Anton and Marco?
Well, I'm not too sure about the calculated shots because no matter what happens, no matter what the percentage, we know that the likes of Marvin Lee and Renzo Sabino will shoot those 3-pointers from the outside. But